Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, January 17th, and I'm your host, Kristen McDonald. On Wednesday, the Norwood Fire Department held a promotional ceremony for lieutenant as well as for the newly acquired deputy chief position. Firefighter and paramedic James Seamus Murphy was promoted to the rank of lieutenant. Seamus was hired in April of 2013 and has since spent his career on Group 3, but will now be transitioning to his new assignment as Engine 4's officer on Group 4. Pinning Seamus's new bugle was his girlfriend Casey and their daughters Abby and Devin. Also, Lieutenant David Hayes was officially promoted to the rank of Deputy Chief. Dave has a long history with the Norwood Fire Department. He was hired in 1992 and was a firefighter in the Air Force prior to that. He was promoted to lieutenant in 2011, where he spent the majority of his time as officer on the engine for Group 4. Deputy Chief Hayes' family was on hand for the ceremony, and his daughter Candace had the honor of pinning his new bugles. With flu season in full force, the number of cases being reported keeps rising. Sigal Reese, director of the Health Department, educates us on some flu facts, tips, and pointers to stay healthy this season.
I always say no flu season is ever the same. Each year is different, and we like to keep a close watch on flu activity. Each year, anywhere between 12,000 and 61,000 people die from the flu. Almost 100 times that number are hospitalized, and millions get sick. Flu is a serious disease that we all need to be aware of. Every week during the flu season, the State Department of Public Health issues a flu activity report. We monitor this report to stay informed about flu activity across the state. This week's report shows the number of cases are higher than the previous 2 years in the same week, but hospitalizations for flu are lower. This might be correlated to the higher rate of influenza type B, which tends to be less severe. The best way to reduce your chance of getting the flu is to get a flu shot every year. Even if you still get the flu, the symptoms will be milder. In addition, you can take precautions to avoid being exposed to or spreading the virus. Number 1 is always wash your hands, the most effective way to stop the spread and to protect yourself from many bacteria and viruses. In addition, stay home when you're sick and cover your cough or sneeze. You can find more information on flu on the Health Department's webpage, including links to the state's website.
Stay tuned after this break for an update from our Recreation Department and for this week's Living Local.
The Norwood Circle of Hope Foundation was established in 1998 in memory of Michelle Kennedy, a young Norwood resident who suffered with leukemia. During Michelle's battle, the entire Norwood community, many of whom did not know Michelle, joined together to support her in her time of need, and it is in that spirit the Norwood Circle of Hope Foundation continues. The mission of the foundation is to provide assistance to Norwood residents who are in need due to a catastrophic medical occurrence. The Circle of Hope Foundation aims to alleviate the stress of everyday expenses for Norwood families during their time of need. Over the years, their assistance has covered housing expenses, utilities, food, and various medical expenses. The Circle of Hope relies on referrals and direct requests to find those in need. If you know of a Norwood resident who needs assistance, or if you are a resident who needs some yourself, please call the Norwood Circle of Hope at 781-762-3549. or write to the Norwood Circle of Hope Foundation, P.O. Box 421, Norwood, Massachusetts 02062. To learn more about the Circle of Hope or to get involved, visit norwoodcoh.org.
Welcome back. It's a busy time of year for the Recreation Department. When isn't it? With a lot of great events for everyone to enjoy. Travis Farley gives an update on what's to come with some information on the summer program guide.
Hi, Travis Farley with the Norwood Recreation Department, just updating everybody on some of the fun activities we have coming up with the Rec Department. On Saturday, March 7th, we are hosting our second annual Winter Carnival with the Junior Women's Club. A big thank you to Dedham Savings for being our key sponsor for that. If you're looking for a fun activity to do, come to the Civic on Saturday, March 7th. All kinds of fun carnival activities, inflatables, prizes, just a fun day. And then on Saturday, March 21st, we're hosting our second annual community dodgeball tournament with the Impact Norwood, something we're really excited about. And also keep an eye out for early February for our spring-summer guide coming out. Registration for that program guide will start in mid-February, so just keep an eye out for all of our fun activities we have coming up in Norwood Recreation Department. And back to you, Kristen.
Thanks, Travis. As the new year kicks off, a common New Year's resolution is to be healthier. For most people, that means eating better. Well, on this week's Living Local, we head down to South Norwood to the Juice Bar, where they are serving up healthy and fresh smoothies and acai bowls.
Are you looking to start your mornings on a healthier note? Look no further than the Juice Bar at Central Market in South Norwood. Located at 1199 Washington Street, the Juice Bar serves up a wide range of healthy options.
Well, it's very important to have a very healthy diet, and I know that sometimes we don't have the time. So it's good to know that you have here in Norwood a juice bar that you can have your fruits and vegetables all incorporated in a yummy drink.
Owner Marcielli Pastorio bought Central Market from its previous owner 5 years ago. Originally, the market was located at 1060 Washington Street.
Over there we stayed for 3 years, and then I decided to grow a little bit, and we rented down here. So we came here, and after a year and a half, almost 2 years, I decided to incorporate the juice bar.
The inspiration for the juice bar came while on vacation in Aruba.
We went on vacation and I said, I need my juice. How am I going to get my juice at a hotel? So I researched and I found a juice bar down in Aruba, and I went there every day. And the last day we were there, I was just like, you know what? I have everything these people have. I'm going to open up a juice bar. So I came back, did research on how to open, what to do, if we had anything around, and within a month or so, bam, we did it.
Although there are a lot of options on the menu, there are a few that are clear-cut favorites.
Fruits and oats, it's one of the top sellers. Tropical, which is delicious, it tastes like a popsicle. Green Islander, it's unbelievably refreshing and delicious. So all of those three are my popular ones, but every single one of them is good.
The store itself has a lot more to offer than just a juice bar.
We are a Brazilian Spanish market with a coffee shop and now a juice bar in it. So we sell anything from Brazilian cheese, Spanish cheese, to Brazilian cake that we make here, all the cakes and the desserts. We have the Brazilian coffee, which is a strong coffee. It's nothing like other coffees that you drink around. So I think that every component of the store itself is unique.
Pastorio hopes that Central Market continues to be part of the Norwood community.
I am from here now. I live in Norwood. My kids go to Norwood School, and I like to think that the people from Norwood should know that we are more than just a store or a juice bar. We are part of the community. We are part of Norwood.
All of that looked amazing. Stay tuned after this break to find out what is happening in your local government. Welcome back to Norwood News. The Board of Selectmen met for their regularly scheduled meeting. The Friends of the Council of Aging began the meeting presenting a $75,000 donation for the purpose of purchasing a new senior van. Light Department Superintendent Jimmy Collins gave his monthly report, and Mark Ryan, along with his monthly report, gave a presentation on the Complete Streets Initiative and the 5 project recommendations from the DPW. The Selectmen disagreed with the recommendation regarding a Nichols Street roundabout.
In that area, I'm really concerned that it'll be overreaching. I know there can be at times speed issues, people come down that hill, but having been there many mornings and many afternoons, especially when the kids are going to the Cleveland, crossing the street with the crossing guard, or leaving the school. Tell me, I'm still not fully acceptance of a roundabout.
I'll be honest with you, Mark. I mean, I'm not really, I'm with Mr. Hajar on the roundabout thing. I know that there can be speeding coming down the street, but the sight lines are pretty long going both ways on Nichols Street there. ADA compliance would probably be good, and if you more crosswalks or something there, right? I don't see the need to put in a roundabout. But anyway, I just wanted to confirm that greater point. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The Selectmen will meet again next Tuesday at 7 p.m. The Trails Advisory Committee also met Tuesday evening. Patricia Hawkins from the Women's Community Club appeared and asked for some help with current club needs. Committee members went on to discuss how the WCC and the Trails Committee can help each other in the future. Discussion continued with the success of the New Year's Day Walk at University Ave and upcoming events such as the Sustainability Series Trail of Two Cities event. The Trails Committee will meet again in a few weeks. Wednesday night, the Finance Commission met and opened their meeting with an appearance from Rec Department Superintendent Travis Farley. Farley was requesting a FinCom representative for a pool feasibility study to be done at Hawes and Father Max.
We're here today because we would love a representative from the FinCom to be a part of a pool feasibility study we're hoping to do over the course of the year to take a look at the 2 seasonal pools that we have in town and the future of what we're going to be doing with them. Obviously, this is a very big decision, both financially, recreationally, everything really. They both kind of tie into each other, so we're just trying to get a member from a few committees in town and trying to come up with a plan of attack for recommendation for the selectmen to pursue or move forward with.
Later in the meeting, Dr. Thompson went before the board to present the commission with an override budget update. He covered the recent wage increase for bus drivers and monitors, along with raises for substitute teachers. To end the meeting, the commission covered the OPEB report and made a motion for the chair to meet with different boards and committees for purposes of finalizing the financial policy. The Finance Commission will meet again next month. Also on Wednesday night, the Capital Outlay Committee met for the first time in the new year and gave updates on a number of projects that are in progress and those completed around town. Some of the projects that were being discussed were traffic signal improvements on Washington Street, water main improvements, school electronics project completion, and the fencing around Norwood Airport. Later in the meeting, the committee discussed the new police cruiser, the design for the high school field, which would include a concession stand, lights, and resurfacing the track, and an update on the middle school feasibility study. Thursday night, the Permanent Building Construction Committee met to talk about the current status on projects happening around town. The meeting started with a discussion about the high school roof and then shifted to a conference call to discuss the time frame for the Town Hall elevator project. The PBCC will meet again in the coming weeks. For complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government channel or watch it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Stay tuned after this break to find out what is happening in your schools.
Norwood. Here, we are chosen at birth. Our loyalties are predetermined. And our families, defined. Raised by the stories of those that came before us.
Here's a breakaway. Bill Norman, he's in back and score!
Fearlessly driven by the hope of what's to come. It chooses us. It defines us. And for us, it's everything. This is Norwood. And here, sports are in our blood.
Norwood Mustangs 2015 are the state Division I champs.
Welcome back. Now we're going to toss it over to our Norwood Schools reporter to recap everything that has happened this week in the Norwood Public School District.
Hi guys, I'm Audrey Scafati, and let's take a look at some activities happening in our Norwood schools this week. Walk into the computer class at the Coakley Middle School and you will see kids working with cardboard instead of computers. It's all part of Norwood's partnership with Project Lead the Way. PTLW is an organization that develops project-based STEM curriculum for elementary, middle, and high school. Our world is filled with technology, and these students are exploring how the world around us really works. 7th graders in Ms. Serrata's computer class are building prototypes to mimic technologies they see all around them and coming up with their own ideas for new inventions. By coding microbits and using low-cost and recycled materials such as cardboard and duct tape, they are building mini houses that are triggers with alarms when the door is open, vending machines that dispense gumballs when a servo is activated, and a microwave that turns on a light when a button is pushed. In a world where the future of technology is now, the students in Ms. Serrata's classroom are getting a head start. Also at the CMS, thank you to Big Y here in Norwood for giving them a $3,500 grant and the CMS PTO for providing $2,500 from fundraising to create a comfortable reading area in the library. Thanks for helping them to create a culture of reading at CMS. Dental hygienist Miss Liz from Dental Associates of Walpole came to the Willett Early Childhood Center to teach the kindergartners how to care for their teeth. With her cast of friendly tooth puppets, students learned about proper brushing technique, how often to brush, fluoride rinse, and flossing. They also learned about what to expect when visiting the dentist. Thank you to Miss Liz and Nurse Seichman for organizing this program at the Willett. Don't forget to floss. The Tower Garden at the Oldham School is looking nice and healthy. The Tower Garden is an aeroponic gardening device which allows us to grow foods rich in nutrients without the use of soil. The vegetables, fruits, and herbs thrive indoors thanks to grow lights and a 20-gallon water reservoir with a pump that continuously feeds the plants. This year, Mrs. Collins and Mrs. Kirch are growing cilantro, dill, chives, bib lettuce, rainbow chard, arugula, kale, tomatoes, and cucumbers. At the Balch School, the 5th graders completed the National Geographic Geography Bee yesterday. Here are our top 3 winners. Congratulations to all who participated. Extended Day has another jam-packed week. They kicked off Chess Club with Grand Chess Master Sam Perry of the Boston Chess Wizards. Feedback so far is that the students are loving the class. Let's hear from 2nd grader Amaya.
And one thing you should always know is your king and queen always stick together. And if you need it, your queen is the most powerful, right? And your king is the most one you need to protect. So
yes.
The knights need to protect them.
Yes.
But the queen, it's okay if it gets out because it's just a game and it doesn't matter if you lose or win. It's just a game and you only have fun.
Pretty neat to see students get excited over a board game that dates back to the 6th century. Many families this weekend will be remembering Martin Luther King and his tremendous efforts to bring about justice and equality in the United States. Several Extended Day students in the 3rd and 4th grade participated in the Harvard Pilgrim Creative Contest honoring MLK Jr.'s legacy. Congratulations to Luke Fleming, a 4th grade student at Extended Day, who was among the contest winners and invited to participate in the MLK Brunch and ceremony held in Boston. 2 more students from Extended Day participated in the contest, and they have been asked to join Norwood's MLK Luncheon on Sunday, January 19th. Finally, February vacation care registration went out to all families at Norwood's elementary schools. Extended Days Vacation Care offers themed days that appeal to students with broad-ranging interests. Registration will continue up through Friday, February 14th. Please reach out to the program's director, Chris Capizio, if you would like more information. Well, that's it for school news. There is something interesting happening in our classrooms and schools every day, and thanks to the educators who shared their news with us. For more information about the Norwood school system, please check the website, Facebook, and watch NCM. Now let's go to Brian Dunn for the latest sports news.
Hello everyone and welcome into the sports update for this week. My name is Brian Dunn and with a long weekend in sight, there's a lot to get you up to speed with in the sports world, so let's dive right in. Boys hockey started out the week with a matchup against the Holliston Panthers. A close one, but the boys edged out Holliston 2-1 to start it off. Tuesday was a busy one. Both boys and girls hoop were in action as well as track and gymnastics. Girls basketball continues to roll with a win over Hopkinton, but the boys have hit a bit of a cold streak lately. They dropped their 3rd straight against Hopkinton. They look to bounce back Friday against Millis. In gymnastics, they dropped their 1st of the year to Medfield, and in track and field, they inch closer to playoff time, and they lead on a strong foot, led by Olivia Badette's 1st place finish in the 1000. Wednesday, girls hockey was in action against another multi-town team. Allie McDonough and Marissa Cataldo found the back of the net, and strong goaltending from Kenna Mazzola gave the Mustangs a 3-2 win. Swim and Dive gets back on the right track with a TVL win over Holliston, 97-83. A late game, yet an exciting one for the boys hockey team, 8:30 over at Medfield to round out the week. A 3-1 deficit quickly turned into a 5-3 lead, led by Harry Gover's 4 goals, leading to a 6-5 final. The Mustangs improved to 7-1-1 on the year. Wrestling also continues their strong performance with a quad meet last weekend. Their most notable win was a win over Wilmington, 42-16. Also, I had the pleasure of calling the game with Mark Hoover of the Pee Wee B2 Playdown game versus Milton over at Milton Academy this past Wednesday night. It was a tough loss to Milton, 1-0, but the kids played great along with some great defense and goaltending from Landon Duhamel, who Mr. Hoover caught up with postgame.
All right, well, we're here with who may have been the player of the game. Now, again, hockey is a team sport, but Landon, some unbelievable goaltending from you tonight from beginning to end. How did you feel coming into tonight's game?
I felt a bit nervous because we skipped the first round because there was an odd number of teams. So we automatically went into the second round facing a B2, a Herman team, when we're a B2 Ray, the lowest division versus the highest division. So it was just pretty nerve-wracking.
And you know, Milton started off pretty strong, right in your own zone, kind of from the get-go. What's it like maybe to kind of get those first couple saves out of the way, and then do you kind of get into a groove?
It's kind of like you do the warm-up, and then like the first couple minutes of the period, when they start actually shooting on you, is like a post warm-up, and you just get like warmed up for the rest of the game.
Yeah. It looked like you were seeing the puck tonight really well. You looked like you were playing again as the game went on with a lot more confidence. As the game was going on, were you kind of getting that feel that you were kind of like seeing the puck well?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Thanks, Landon. Great job between the pipes. Another team in action was the Bantam B2s that headed up to Waterville Valley this past couple weeks and competed in the Deep Freeze tournament. Going 2-1 overall, Nolan Harrison and Kyle Turner had some strong performances, and Sam Gurney was a standout between the pipes. Great job, boys. And that'll do it for sports this week. Of course, stay tuned to our social media for updates on when we'll be going live and for all of our sports coverage. Kristen, back to you.
Thanks, Brian. Last Thursday, Progress Norwood and Together Yes hosted their monthly Sustainability Series talks. This month's discussion was centered around affordable housing. Matt Lane, member of Progress Norwood, presented to the crowded Simone Room at the Morrow Memorial Library. Following Lane's presentation, Veronica Terrell of the Neighborhood Works Housing Solutions also presented on the issue of affordable housing. If you are interested in this topic, you can find it now playing on NCM Community Channel or streaming on www.norwoodcommunitymedia.org. The Norwood Police Department just announced this week on their social media pages the dates for their Citizen and Youth Police Academies. The Youth Academy will have 2 sessions, the first being July 13th to July 17th, and the second session is August 10th to August 14th. The Academy will operate Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., and lunch will be provided. Requirements are that the students must be a resident of Norwood and entering 8th grade in the fall of 2020. A student can only participate in 1 session. If your child has an interest in attending one of these sessions, please email them at police@norwoodma.gov. The Citizen Academy will run from March 9th to May 11th, every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. A focus will be placed on hands-on learning. The Citizens Academy is open to anyone over the age of 21, with preference going towards Norwood residents. Class size is limited, so sign up fast. Anyone interested should email or call Sergeant Tom Carey at tcarey@norwoodmass.gov. Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.